Yes, there will be. In fact, we'll have more social space in the new LLC as we've got our own designated floor. The whole of floor 5 will be ours. Food outlets and food in the LLC, there'll be a lot more. We'll have up to 4 or 5 separate different food outlets that will be run by the university, all with a different range. So you might have, I'm not saying it will be, but you might have one that'll have soup, one that'll have sandwiches, one that'll have jacket potatoes. So there'll be a whole range of different sort of foods available in the new building. The bar is closing due to the losses that it's been making year on year since 2008. We've been making approximately 100,000 plus losses year on year, which means it's just not feasible for us to carry on running the bar and the cafe services going into the new building. Saying that doesn't mean there won't be a bar in the new building. It just won't be run by the Students' Union. The university will be running bar services on an ad hoc basis in the new building, and they'll be more centred and focused around celebration events. So there'll still be alcohol available during freshers, varsity, the Student Union Awards, and any other big major events that students want to do during the year. The facilities will be there. Also, I'd like to take this opportunity to let all our students know that we will be partnering up with a local bar in town. We don't know which bar it'll be yet because we need to sort of go through the full consultation process with our students on what they want out of a bar in town. And we'll be doing that in due course over the next few months before we move into the new building in January. From the money that we are saving due to the move, we will be investing in a new coordinator whose role will be student sort of events and trips coordinator, and he'll be looking after and organising events both on and off campus for students. So that could be social events, trips, days out all over the country or locally, or just doing things in town. So that money that we are saving, we will be now investing into events and trips for students. Yes, we will be. Through the money that we've managed to save through the move, we've now been able to free up a whole staff post. Now that staff post will be focusing on developing the STARS programme. We realise that our students' main sort of like focus is how employable they are at the end of their studies. So now that staff member will be able to look at developing the STARS programme, so making sure things like course rep training and school rep training is delivered more effectively, more efficiently, and more time and effort can be put into that. Again, this is something that wouldn't have been possible if we weren't moving and we weren't making the savings that we are making due to the cuts of certain services. Yes, there will be jobs for students in the new building. As you might already be aware, we will be carrying on with our shop services in the new building. Our shop will be located on floor 4. So again, we'll be employing student staff to work and run the shop. Also, marketing, we'll still need SUPR, which is obviously all student staff. And the university, obviously, because there'll be a range of different services in the new building that will be led by the university, they are also going to be looking for student staff to run these services. So there are probably more opportunities for students, job opportunities for students in the new building than they've ever probably had before on campus or at the Students' Union. Some form of consultation was done, whether that was thorough and formalised enough, that's a completely separate question. But the Board of Trustees in 2011, when they made their decision was based on the research and the evidence that was presented to them at the time. What I'd like to reinforce today is that if this is something that landed on my desk today, I would make exactly the same decision, because I think anyone out there can see that this is the change for the better. It is fundamentally moving. We are doing what our vision, mission and values are as a students' union, and they are making student life better. And this move will be making student life better in a number of ways. If we weren't moving, you'd probably have a president like myself sat here in two years' time not talking about all the savings that we're making due to the move and how we're going to reinvest these into X, Y and Z to represent our students better. But the president would be talking about how we're having to cut back on services and how we're going to have to cut back on representing our students because we've not got the money, because we would just carry on making losses year on year. So the decision was made. It was the right decision at the time. I would probably make this decision again, given if I was given the opportunity now, I'd make exactly the right decision. But in terms of consultation, I think it would be different. It would be a bit more thorough and sort of more student focused and more formalised.